Hey everybody, welcome back to Grant and Marissa.
It's our final day in Dublin, so come with us as we sip whiskey at the Jameson Distillery, shop for some Irish wool, watch rugby at the pub, and tour our room at the Conrad Dublin.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Once again, we're starting in our park.
Our morning walk through the park.
Right in the hotel, so it's an easy way to start the vlog. So today, we're doing something we said we weren't going to do yesterday.
Yep.
So essentially, I woke up this morning and we're like, we need to do something today.
This is the Dublin version of Grant waking up being like, we're going to Disney World.
Disney, yeah.
Except the exact opposite.
Yeah. If you haven't seen that one, we go to Disney Sea in Tokyo, so check that out. Previous video. But I woke up, I'm like, I need to do something. I was looking on Viator. We like looking through Viator, and I realized I had about $50 in Viator credit that was going to expire fairly soon if we didn't use it. So I was just looking for what is available to do in Ireland. And one thing, we're not huge whiskey people, but there was the Jameson Distillery, and they had a tasting tour for this morning at 10 a.m. So, you know, it was essentially free. I think we had to pay like $10 out of pocket. Yeah,
We're gonna go drink whiskey at 10 a.m.
We're gonna go drink whiskey at 10 a.m. So, wish us luck.
It's gonna be fine.
But no, it's like we don't know much about whiskey, and I'm like, it is a part of like Ireland's, history and stuff. So we'll at least learn about it a little bit, and we'll do it for you people watching, because I'm sure
we'll do it.
we know whiskey is very popular, and a lot of people come to Dublin to go to this distillery. So we'll do it for science.
But
But no, it's actually really nice this morning.
it's beautiful.
It's like 54 degrees or something.
Yeah,
So
like you can see we're not in jackets today.
yeah.
And the sky is like nice and blue. There's no clouds.
Mm-hmm.
The sun is kind of sort of out as much as it gets out.
It's not that windy either this morning.
No,
so
it's lovely.
It's brisk, but it's not like...
Brisk is a good word.
Yeah.
It's refreshing.
Yeah. It's only about, 8:30 or something? What's the time right now?
I don't know.
It's early,
It's early.
but we're just going to mosey kind of in the direction of the Jameson Distillery. And then Marissa wants to do some Irish wool shopping after that.
Yep.
And then we're going to go watch the rugby, the Ireland versus Australia game at the pub.
Go Wallabies.
Yeah, go the Wallabies. We'll be vastly outnumbered, I'm sure.
It's going to be uncomfortable.
Hopefully we don't get beat up.
I don't think we'll get beat up.
I did think so. The Irish seem very friendly.
Like there might be some good-natured heckling.
Yeah, I'm sure there will be. But,
Yeah, so that's kind of the plan for today. Whiskey, wool shopping, Wallabies.
yeah,
The W's.
the W. Yeah, the three W's.
The three W's.
Now, a helpful tip, when you smell a whiskey, you should actually open your mouth at the same time, guys. So we're going to inhale with our nose in the glass and our mouth open like that. Okay, so what that does, it makes you look stupid for a start, but what it also does, it's going to open up your airways. And when you open up your airways, you stimulate your smell and your taste buds. So it should be stronger, you can almost taste it, yeah?
All right, we just finished up at the Jameson Distillery.
Yeah.
It was good. Like for people that aren't like whiskey people, it actually was still worthwhile, I would say, right?
A very different style from Guinness, which we did yesterday. So if you haven't seen that, go watch that video.
Yep.
So whereas Guinness is more of like a self-guided museum, and then you get a beer at the end. This was, the sun's really bright now. I have my sunglasses.
the sun is out in Ireland.
It's weird. What is that glowing thing in the sky? This is a very much a guided experience.
Yeah.
I wouldn't call it a tour. It's an experience.
Yeah.
Basically, you go through 3 rooms. The first room is a video with the history of Jameson, where the guide like gives. It's a video, but the guide is doing the narration.
And the video is on the. I got a tiny bit of footage.
Table.
It's on a table, which is really cool.
Yeah. So then the second room is all about the process of making whiskey.
Yep.
And then the third room is a tasting. And you do a tasting of 3 different kinds of Jameson.
Yep.
Which is the original one that's the distillery special that like you could only get there.
Yep.
And then the third one is their black barrel.
Yeah, so kind of the, just the standard, the one that's like slightly, the distillery edition was slightly less, like it wasn't as, it was more a floral kind of tasting. It was a nice little addition here, because this was 10 in the morning, when we started this tour. We actually couldn't taste the stuff or even go to the bar. I think if you go later in the day, you actually get like a drink at the beginning.
Yes, because you get a free drink. And so if you go after 10:30 in the morning, you get your drink at the beginning, and then you drink it during the rest of the experience. Whereas with us, because we were at 10 a.m. and apparently in Ireland, they can't serve alcohol
before 10:30.
Before 10:30. So we got our drink at the end.
Which was kind of nice.
Yeah.
So yeah, we did that. So yeah, you get the little tasters and then one full sort of, you can either get, it looked like it was like 3 options I think you could get that were included. It was like, I think it was just on the rocks.
On the rocks, neat
or like
a lime and
ginger cocktail, which is what we got.
Yeah.
Definitely that was a better option if you're not a huge whiskey person. I would recommend
like
that.
Ginger beer and a little bit of lime and some whiskey. It was fine.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm converted.
No, I'm not either. But
I'm glad we did it.
We learned a lot about the process and the history of Jameson.
Yeah, the building was really cool. Like I was.
Yeah. I definitely recommend, and I think it's it's one of those. Let's just cross here.
Yep.
It's definitely one of those things I think you could. Definitely don't feel like you have to do either Guinness or that. Like they're very different experiences.
Yeah. It's not like a repeat.
No, there was definitely. I enjoyed like the history of it and like the history of the company and.
Yeah.
So this is one of that was their first kind of where it started, and they still do a little bit, but they did say that they have a larger distillery in Cork.
Yes, County Cork.
So that's where they do most of their production nowadays, but this is where it started and a lot of the history is.
So they kind of kept this as like a museum.
Yeah.
And then
definitely recommend. So, we're definitely not whiskey people, and we enjoyed it. So I think anyone can have fun.
So we just went to a little yarn boutique called This Is Knit. It's in the town court center, so it's this really super adorable. It's inside like an old classic like townhouse that's been converted into like food court boutique shopping.
Yeah, and there was a choir singing in there.
There was like a children's choir singing Christmas carols, and basically. It's essentially what I think heaven would be like. But we went in, and I had looked up, I love crocheting, and I really wanted to get some good Irish wool yarn when we were here. So this is something I really wanted. So I got 4 things of yarn. I got like this pretty, I got 2 of these, a cream, and then an orange. So it all came out to be about 55 pounds.
Yeah.
Or not pound, euros.
Euro. Yeah.
I keep saying pounds. They use euros here. But yeah, it was a super cute store. It's all yarn from Irish farms.
Yeah.
So this particular brand, they had like a little QR code and you could like scan to see the sheep that your yarn came from. So I am super excited. I don't know what I'm gonna make, but I'm gonna make something with my Irish wool. It's gonna be very exciting.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you're into yarn crafts, go to This Is Knit. Totally 10 out of 10 recommend.
Yeah.
And it was very clear that like the people in the shop were super knowledgeable about the yarn.
Yeah.
Because like there was one woman buying something and the shopkeeper's like, it's soft, it's gonna not hold its shape.
Yeah, it was very different to like a lot of the other stores we've seen. Like they're just like sell sweaters and stuff and some yarn, and this place was like just.
This is
like,
you want to niche the thing or crochet the thing yourself.
Yeah.
Where are we?
No. I don't know.
Okay.
All right, we're on the way back to the hotel. So I'm gonna go put my rugby jersey on, and we're gonna go find a pub.
Yeah. So we're gonna get to part 3 of our 3 W's.
The Wallabies game. Yep.
Yep.
All right, we're now Australia Wallabies rugby stuff. About to head out into enemy territory. So wish us luck.
Much later.
It is our last night here at the Conrad Dublin, but we thought we'd go ahead and do a little room tour, show you what it's like. This hotel has been awesome. We've loved it. But coming into our room, full-length mirror, mini bar, coffee station. There's a mini fridge with a mini bar, hot kettle. All the coffee paraphernalia is in this drawer. Very fancy. They've left like little treats for us every day. There's also free water. Coming into the main bedroom, super comfy king bed. There's a full-size desk, and what we really love is there's this little cabinet like lid that pops up, and there's tons of charging space.
Just plugged all our stuff in here.
Which, as vloggers with lots of stuff to plug in and charge, we love.
Yeah.
Next to the bed, there's also 2 outlets, a USB charger, and a reading lamp, which pops up like that, as well as lamps.
Sorry, I got blinded. Yeah.
Sorry.
And then on the one other side, there's also like a little alarm clock that has like a magnetic charging thing on there, which is
magnetic charging. Yeah. There's also a full double closet, tons of hangers on this side, ironing board, safe, hair dryer, slippers, and laundry service on.
Does have gown like robes in
here
as well.
robes. The robe was super comfy, and they also provided slippers, which I love. And then once again into the bathroom that you can do yoga in. There's a little table in the corner, which is nice. Yeah. Just vanity. They've done the tissues to look like lotus flowers every day, which is unnecessary but lovely. And then full shower tub combo. It's
actually a very big tub too. Like I haven't used it as a tub, but it's massive. If you do like baths, it's
massive. And makeup mirror as well. So massive room.
No, this has been really
Heaps
nice.
Of space.
Yeah, Conrad Dublin has been. Yeah. Like
the staff has been incredible. Yeah. The facility is gorgeous. The restaurants are lovely. 10 out of 10.
Yeah, we got a pretty good deal here. I think I said this in another vlog previously, but. They're a part of like the American Express. I think it's called the Fine Hotels collection, so if you have an American Express Platinum card like we do, you get, every year you get to stay at one of the hotels and you get like $200 cash back. So we did that. So we essentially got $200 off this hotel, which is awesome. But then you get some cool perks as well. We had similar perks when we stayed in Kyoto in our Japan vlogs. You'll see the Hyatt Regency. That was also part of this collection. So it's generally like Hilton. It's a lot of Hilton portfolio, but it's not just Hilton, but that's what we've stayed at. But you get some perks, like you get a room upgrade. I think this room is slightly upgraded.
From what we originally booked?
Yeah. I think it's got a better view or something like that. And then you also get some like food and beverage credit. And there's a bunch of little perks, which is nice when you have a...
It's been lovely.
Yeah. But no, this has been a really good hotel.
Yeah, 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
This is the end of our
Yeah. A short
our
short little
Ireland
stay in Dublin.
visit.
Yeah, we had a good night. We, as you can see, we showed you earlier. We went to the rugby. We watched rugby at the pub. Australia lost by like 3 points. It was
Australian really did great.
We actually did very well. We were winning the entire game, and then they won at the end. So all of the Irish in the pub were very happy. But they were, I have to say,
People were lovely.
they were lovely. Like everyone, there was like a healthy rivalry. They were like kind of like, but they were very like happy and very friendly to us. Like being
People were like, oi, oi, oi.
in the streets. Even on the way back, someone was like, "Oh, like welcome to Dublin," and like they were really good and they were really fun
lovely.
about it. So if you are like coming to Dublin or anywhere in Ireland, I think, and you're like maybe going to the rugby and you support someone else, don't worry about it being, you know, like, because some sports can be a little scary if you support the opposition, but like here everyone's super friendly. So it was good fun. Yeah.
So this is the end of our Ireland journey.
Yeah.
We fly home tomorrow.
Yeah.
It's not going to be that exciting. So
No,
we probably won't vlog it.
We're leaving about midday, so I think we have to get to the airport about 9. So we're essentially just having breakfast here and then, you know, getting in a taxi to the airport. So, you know, not super fun. But no, but this has been a great stay. We've been talking about this recently. Like, I think, you go.
I think as an American, okay, so I've now been to London, Edinburgh, and Dublin. I love London. London has a special place in my heart.
Yeah.
But as an American, I feel more at home in Dublin. It's a little louder. It's a little rowdier. It feels more American. Which Grant warmed me up. She's like, it's super Americanized. And I was expecting like Bud Light everywhere, which is not but just like the attitude and the culture I felt as an American was very similar.
Yeah, and I think I was I had my expectations a little lower coming here. Like, I've been to Ireland before. I've been to, my only experience with Dublin was I went to the Guinness storehouse, which we did yesterday. And we did that again because it was really fun, but I didn't really experience the city. And everything else I kind of experienced, and this was like, mind you, 12 years ago, I think, when I was in Ireland, and it was a little even more so American, where like a lot of the bars would only have like Guinness
and Bud Light,
Coors and Bud Light, and it was like, this is weird that you only have American beers. But no, they've gotten better.
There's starting to be a craft brew culture in Dublin, which is super exciting to see. I drank a bunch of a beer called Daydreamer, which is from Changing Times Brewery, which is the local brewery.
Yeah, it seems to be a new craft brewery that a lot of
that.
There's certain people that started it, but then I think apparently a lot of the local pub owners got in on this. So I think they're all like part owners or something.
So that's another difference between London and Dublin is London, most of the pubs are owned by a few chains. Yeah. Whereas Dublin, it seems like a lot of them are still independently owned, which is really lovely.
Nice. Yeah. Like there's some benefits to having a chain in like London. I felt like,
you're like, this is the menu, I recognize this.
I know this is good. They have this beer on tap and they like whatever. But no, I do see like they're pretty good here. And like we had the food was excellent. And we, aside from breakfast here, we ate pretty much exclusively at pubs and they were all excellent. And I think they've done like a cool little, there's sort of like, we were talking about this, how it's kind of like a hybrid of kind of UK culture and American culture, especially at like restaurants and pubs, where like, so if you go to London, you go to a pub all the time, you would just sort of
go to the bar.
You gotta go to the bar. You have to order like your drinks and your food, and then they'll bring it to you, which is great. But then here, they kind of, you can do that, but then
they have servers.
They do have servers, and these servers will just come around, and you can get beer, you can get food from them, and then at the end, they would just come around and they just bring their little like POS system, and you just tap your credit card. So there's no like tipping. There is none of that forced stuff like in the US. So they've gotten rid of the worst part, I think, of US like service culture. Yeah. But incorporated some of the good kind of service things, which I think was nice. But yeah.
So it's our last day in Dublin. So we're calling it early. We have to pack and get ready to leave early tomorrow morning.
Yeah. But no, this was great. It was only a few days, but I think this is a good amount of time here. I don't know if I would necessarily want like a whole week here.
Dublin is the kind of place where, I was saying this earlier, It's great for 3 days, or if you
Yeah.
live here, but like anything in between that is probably
Yeah,
not
and I think like
great.
maybe if you're maybe you're going around Ireland, which is
Yeah.
great too. Like I definitely recommend that too. Like some of Ireland is gorgeous and worth like kind of exploring. Like maybe going on, renting a car and driving around. But I think a lot of Americans sort of this is their big trip and like
Yeah.
they might stay here an entire week. I don't think it's necessarily worth
you need
it.
a whole week.
Yeah. I think
Yeah.
you can see a lot of the highlights. And you can take it, and like we took it pretty slow too. Like we saw a few things we wanted to see. We did some shopping, but we hung out in pubs for a lot of the
we
time
did.
and just chilled
Even
out.
with that, we did. Oh, today was a light day. I only did 15,000
Just
steps.
15,000, yeah. But no, I think it's very walkable. It's very like you can see a lot here in a short amount of time, and I think these sort of cities are great to do short trips, and maybe you come back and do another short trip
Yeah.
instead of kind of just like dragging it out longer
Yeah.
than it needs to. I think not Ireland, Edinburgh was the same way. Like I think
Yeah.
Edinburgh was great, but just for a few days. That's all you really need. But like a place like London, you
need
go
more
there,
time.
there's like, you see West End shows like a couple of nights, and like there's a lot more, and a lot more like tourist attractions and a lot more things to see and do.
Yeah.
That's where like I think a place like London you might spend a week, but these smaller cities in Europe, I think you can sometimes just hit them out in a few days, right?
Yeah, I think if you wanted to do more time in Ireland, like a couple days in Dublin and then a couple days in
You can go to like
other.
yeah, I think I know I did like sort of a road trip around here like a while back, and it was like I think we went to Killarney
Excuse me.
and Galway, and like there's a lot of cool like smaller towns, and that's
Yeah.
where you get to see like a lot of the countryside.
Yeah,
and,
we didn't have time for that.
Yeah, this is more like a city break, but
Yeah, but awesome time. We went to a distillery. We went to a brewery. We got some Irish wool. We watched some rugby.
Yeah. a
Solid
solid Irish long
experience.
weekend, right?
Yeah, I'm very satisfied.
Yeah.
And I'm tired. So let's
Yeah,
let
we're
this show up.
gonna pack and. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. If you want to see, if you haven't seen our other island videos, just head back in that playlist. But then we've got some really exciting trips on the horizon.
Our next
And-
series is going to be incredible.
Yeah, the next one. Let's tell these people what
What are
they're
we
in
doing
for.
next?
So
I am so excited.
we're going. So this is in January, but by the time you see this, it will probably be like
We'll be almost there.
it will be almost there. We're going to South Africa.
We're
So,
going to South Africa
Yeah.
on safari. We're going to Kruger National Park.
Yep.
We just staying in the park. We're going to be doing safaris twice a day. I'm going to be crying the entire time. It's going to be incredible.
It's gonna be
You
crazy.
should subscribe
Yeah.
to see that.
Subscribe right now so you get a little notification when those videos go live, because you definitely
Want to
don't
see
want to
that.
miss them. Yeah. But yeah, thanks so much for watching. We'll catch you in the next one.
Bye.
Bye.